Hey everybody, Detector here. So today we're going to be hunting some curb strips again. This is the second time I've done some curb strips and I'm excited. The part that I'm hunting in today, this is in an older part of Tarpon Springs, Florida. And I did some research, and this particular house right here was built in 1915, so it's about 100 years old. And I'm really hoping that this curb strip here in front of it will produce some good finds, maybe some silver coins even. I've never found a silver coin, so it would be fantastic if I found one. So yeah, like I said, this house was built in 1915, so hopefully there will be some goodies hiding, and hopefully I don't get the cops called on me this time. They were called on me the last time, but again, I wasn't doing anything illegal or wrong, so I didn't get in trouble. Today I'm hunting out here with the white MX Sport, and this machine is on, I guess, loan or on borrow from Kellyco. So I'm really excited that they're letting me test out this machine. And I've done a bunch of beach hunting with it, and I took it to a playground, although you guys haven't seen that footage yet. So this will be my first time using it here on land in the dirt. And I'm going to be running 2 different programs. So I brought the owner's manual out with me. Here we go. And I figured I'd show that to y'all. That yellow piece of paper is something that I wrote down some more questions on. But today I'm going to be running, I'm going to try coin and jewelry, and you can see a little bit of information on there. It has discrimination audio, and it rejects all negative VDI numbers. So on here, I believe it'll start rejecting at 0 and below. It defaults to 1 tone. I don't know, I might change that actually and have it 4-tone just because that's what I've been using for the beach, but I'll try it with 1 tone and kind of go from there. So I figure what I'm going to do, I'm going to hunt down the curb strip, and I'm going to do it in coin and jewelry, and then I might switch to relic. So I'll hunt down in coin and jewelry, and then I'll come back in relic and just kind of see what other items it picks up, because if you look, relic, it rejects VDI numbers below -10. So here, -10 and below, and this defaults to 2-tone mode. So we'll kind of see, we'll try the 2 different programs and kind of see what the difference is. And yeah, see how I like it. Now, I might also mess with the threshold. Now, let me switch to the threshold on here. I know a couple of y'all had asked me about the threshold when I was doing the beach hunting, and so I read the section in here on threshold, and it might be different from what most of y'all are used to, if I can find it. Now, according to this, the threshold doesn't actually affect the depth of the detector. So there's part of the threshold there, I think. There's a section in here where it kind of goes into more detail about it. But yeah, it's kind of different, because it actually even says in the book that unlike most older metal detectors, threshold does not affect the depth. Okay, here we go. So let's see. It says, use of threshold provides more information regarding what the metal detector sees. But then it also says, unlike older metal detectors, there is no difference in detection depth using either threshold or silent search. So on this, silent search means that your threshold is set at 0. So you only hear something when there's, I guess, like a really strong or legitimate target, instead of maybe something that's way down deep, I guess. I'm not really positive. I'm not an expert, so I don't know. But, yeah, I hope you guys can read that so you can kind of see for yourself what it says on threshold. So I might play with that a little bit. It says, those who search with a threshold tend to find more artifacts, as the threshold alerts the user to spots that have something unusual about them, perhaps 2 targets near each other, and thus more attention is paid checking for possible worthwhile targets. So yeah, so I may or may not mess with it. We'll see. But I do have that out here. This way, in case I needed to refer to something or whatever. But, yeah, it's a beautiful day. The sun's not up yet. Well, I mean, it is up, but it's not over these trees. So hopefully I'll be able to get in a good amount of detecting before it comes up and starts cooking me to a crisp. So yeah. All right, so like I said, I'm going to be hunting this curb strip here. So I think I'll start on this side and work my way that way. So I'm going to get set up and then we can get to doing some detecting. All right, guys, so I just turned my detector on. I'm going to go ahead and change it into the first program that I'm going to be running. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Options, Program. And there's all metal, coin, and jewelry, and that's the one that I'm going to be hunting in. But I'm also going to try relic later on, and you can see, I hope you can see the discrimination difference right there between the two. So it's 10-point discrimination difference. But I'm going to start off in coin and jewelry, and I'm going to crank my sensitivity up as well. So I'll go ahead and get out of that. I'm going to turn off my salt track, so I'll go ahead and turn that off. And then I'm going to crank my sensitivity up. Now I'll try it on boost and see how that sounds, because coin and jewelry, the sound defaults to one tone. So we'll kind of see, but I might need to drop it down to 8 if it's too chattery. And see, it's already chattery, so I'm going to go ahead and drop it down to 8. And then I'm going to do my ground balance. So you hit track. There we go. All right. Okay, so let's get to detecting. Let's see what we can't find. Let me grab my shovel out here. There we go. Got my little shovel. So I've never used this here really on dirt. Like I said, I checked out a playground, but it's kind of different. It was mulch and yeah. So there's something, I think that's relatively deep. Yeah, because it's not consistent sound. So there's something there. Alright, so let's go ahead and dig it. Now I know for a fact that this one's going to be deeper because it was showing it on my detector that it was relatively deep. Yeah. And there's the coating too, in case you've not seen it yet. I don't think I've had Seeker out here yet. This is Seeker, my Garrett AT Pro, or Pro Pointer AT. There we go. Alright, so go ahead and turn that off. And you can see there's not much grass right here in this particular area that I'm digging, so this won't exactly be a nice plug. Alright, let's check again. Okay, let me pick this up. Alright, so it's still down there. Looks like a rock. Get that out of the way. And I hope you guys can hear me. There's a guy over there leaf blowing, so yeah. Oh, turned it off. Oh man, and you know what? The sand drives this carrot crazy. Alright, so it's right there. Something about the sand, I don't know, it's just not very good. It's still there. Alright, so I got it. Alright. The nail. Boo. Okay, so we'll go ahead and check it. Make sure that was it. Yep. Yep, that was it. Alright guys, so I started digging this target here, and I wasn't recording it because it was coming up as foil or a nickel, but as I'm pinpointing it, it seems like a really large target. Oh. Well, never mind. Well, there's something else in there too though. Alright, so there's that. Something over here. There it is. This is a big nail. Yep. Yep, big nail. Alright, so I've got a target here. It's ringing up as a dime or a penny. So, let's see if we can't find it. Should be like right here, not very deep. Oh. Alright, well, that is not a dime or a penny. It's a shingles nail. Yeah, that's what they used to nail the shingles down into the roofs. Yeah, that's it. There we go. Yep, that was it. Ooh, pokey. Alright, so got another signal here. This is jumping around between a nickel and foil. Let's see what it is. So I got this layer of leaves here. I'm not sure what that is. Some kind of randomness. Yep. Alright guys, so here are my findings for today's hunt of the curb strip. Not really anything fantastic, honestly. It's just kind of a bunch of junk. Bottle cap, random pieces of, I guess soda cans probably, honestly. That's what all of that stuff is. I found these two nails. This is a shingle nail, what they use to nail down the shingles on top of the roofs. I think this might have used to have been a bracelet, but this is the only part that I found, this little metal clasp here. So whatever, well, there's still some beads on here. There's 4 little beads, but yeah, that's it for that. I found a washer, and this looks like, could be a water hose spigot maybe. And I don't know what this is, just a random, like a cap or something, maybe to a pen or something. This was kind of cool. I don't know what it could go to. I mean, honestly, it looks like a big fishing weight, but the hole in it is way too big. And it's got some good weight to it. It's kind of heavy, but I have no idea what it could be. But that was it. You know, I was really surprised I didn't find any coins. Like, not even a new coin. I mean, I was really hoping for some silver, but I didn't even find a new coin. So, I really think someone else has hit that curb strip before. Just because I didn't find any coins. You know, when I did the first curb strip, I found a couple of coins, and I found that 1936 Buffalo nickel, but today there was nothing, no coins. So I think somebody else hit it. Now, in the beginning of the video I mentioned I was going to hunt down the curb strip in one mode and then switch back in another mode. I did switch to that second mode, but I didn't find anything. I mean, there was a lot of foil targets, and these were some of the first ones that I dug. So once I kind of figured out what the MX Sport was considering foil targets, I just kind of started avoiding those, just because it is a curb strip, so it's going to be high trash. But yeah, I switched to the second mode, and I didn't find anything, like anything worth digging. So yeah, so I didn't get any footage of that just because honestly it wasn't worth it. I think I dug some of these in that second mode. I think this one was, and maybe this, I forget. But yeah, so that was it. That's my findings for today's hunt. Again, you know, nothing fantastic. I wish I had found something awesome, but sadly I did not. So, but I really did enjoy using the MX Sport here on the curb strip. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'm a huge fan of the double decoil. It is a little more difficult to find the target on land, just because, you know, with sand at the beach, it's really easy just to take a second scoop. But when you're digging on land, it's a little harder because you have to, you know, scrape out a new section of dirt. So it did take me a little bit longer to recover the targets, but that wasn't the machine's fault. It was just my fault being terrible at land hunting, honestly. So yeah, so that was that. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to leave them in the comment section below. Make sure to check me out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And for those, you can either search for She Detector or you can use the link that I provided in the description below. Yeah. Oh, and if you are interested in the MX Sport, I have a link down below where you can look at it specifically on the Kellyco's website. And if you just want to do some general shopping around or looking around, I have a link to Kellyco's main page. In case you don't know, I did get the MX Sport from Kellyco to do some hunts and testing and reviews. So make sure to use the link below to go check them out. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.